What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, guys. I gotta give it up for me. I've been pretty consistent for me. For me. But on this week's video, I decided to start a new series called Exploring all of the Sims 4 expansion packs. Specifically the expansion packs, not the stuff packs, not the kits. I don't have all of those. But I have all the expansion packs. So typically, whenever I'm in my live, I get a lot of questions on what's my favorite expansion pack? What packs do I recommend? What packs do I think are good to just start off playing? So I decided I can't answer that properly anymore because I don't play with all of them all the time. So instead, I decided that I was going to go back and play from the very beginning, from the very first expansion pack that was ever released on The Sims 4 and give you my honest opinion after playing it. We're going to pretend that it just came out, even though it came out like 10 years ago. Also forgot to mention that at the end of this series, I will be ranking each expansion pack from my favorite to my least favorite. I always said that my favorite expansion packs were Get Famous and City Living. Let's see if that's true. Okay, so let's talk about some history on The Sims 4 Get to Work. So Sims 4 Get to Work was the first expansion pack that Sims 4 released for their Sims 4 series back in 2015. They more or less released an expansion pack that's similar to this pretty much for every Sims game. If you know, you know. Like for instance, with The Sims 2 Open for Business, you could like control, operate, and kind of dictate your Sims like careers just a little bit. But when The Sims 3 Ambitions came out for their following franchise, The Sims 3, there you were able to get a little bit more in depth as far as to how you controlled your Sim when they were at work. It wasn't the exact same as Get to Work is, but it was still a lot of fun and I greatly enjoyed myself. Now back on The Sims 3, since I feel like that's the most recent game that a lot of people can relate to besides The Sims 4. With The Sims 3 Ambitions, before they came out with Ambitions, I remember you could go to work with your Sim. You just couldn't see anything that they were doing. Like you could control them to an extent, but you couldn't really control everything. And then when they came out with The Sims 3 Ambitions, that changed the game. I loved that. I used to love making my Sim a detective. Learning something about me. Love that pack. It was one of my favorite packs on The Sims 3. It holds a special place in my heart. But The Sims 4 Get to Work, I feel is better than The Sims 3 Ambitions as far as what you can do with the Sim when they go to work and how they achieve what they achieve. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but that's okay. We're not all here to agree. With The Sims 3 Get to Work, they added in detective, doctor, and scientist. 3 careers that could have kind of been there before this, but with Sims 3 Ambitions, they added in some careers that could have also been there. Also with Sims 3 Ambitions, when that came out, that's when they added in the tattooing skill, and like kind of similar to how Sims is right now, except a little reverse, you know, because we have Sims 4 Hobbies and Skills coming out pretty soon, a couple of days. But Get to Work came out like 10 years ago. And we're just now getting the tattoo skill. I kind of feel like there were things that they were like, we're not going to do this time. And then I think people were asking for it and they were like, oh, fine. Since you're begging me. Personally, I like Get to Work. I like being able to follow my Sim to work. I like being able to work with my Sim. Now let's talk about the whole being able to work with your Sim thing. Prior to Get to Work, you couldn't really do that. And I think that's why Sims came out with Get to Work as their first pack for the Sims 4 series, because it enabled so many features that we didn't have in the Sims 3. Because when Sims 3 Ambitions came out, it was like, whoa, what? You could do what? You know, little kid me was like, no way. Like, you could do like so much. It was like crazy. Whereas this time, the Sims team was like, okay. We gonna give it to y'all first so y'all can stop asking about it. But maybe there wasn't enough planning involved. Maybe there wasn't enough involvement. I don't know. But either way, I do like Get to Work. Now, on The Sims 3, there were multiple careers that you could follow your sim to work with prior to The Sims 3 Ambitions, but you couldn't do much. Have that noted. Now in The Sims 4, you can follow your sim to work with multiple careers. Now you have careers like the stylist career. You can do that from home. Now you have careers that you can just work from home that were like, what? And it makes sense in today's age, especially during the dark ages that we call 2020. We don't speak of her. We don't speak of her. I said we don't speak of her. And I think that that's pretty cool. So here we have my sim. This is my main sim. This is my Sarah sim. Period. Oh my gosh. Right now we are in Magnolia Promenade. Real talk, I'm going to say it wrong. I'm dyslexic. Fight me. Any case, this is the world that comes with this pack. Magnolia Promenade or whatever. And honestly, I picked springtime, and for whatever reason it's cloudy as a mug right now. But it's cute, we're cute, everything's cute, everything's fine. I think what was a big disappointment for some people with this pack was that this world that came with it just wasn't that great. It coincides with what you can do with this pack, but it just kind of, well, all the Sim 4 worlds are just not that great. Let's be real. Compared to the Sims 3, they're just meh. But in this world specifically, there's like 1 blank lot and then 3 retail lots, which is cool. And I mean, you are able to create a retail lot on any lot. If you know, you know. So it didn't have to be those 3 lots, but they could have given us more. Also, I almost forgot to mention that with the Sims 4 Get to Work pack, that's when they included aliens. Aliens are monumental on the Sims 4 game. Absolutely monumental in every way. I don't think there's ever been a Sims game that didn't have aliens. Quote me if I'm wrong. But aliens, just like gnomes, are super important on the Sims games. So when they came out with retail lots and businesses and running businesses, they also added in aliens back into the game. With the Get to Work pack, the skill they added, or the new skill they added when that pack came out, was the baking skill, which I basically never used, but I do be having my Sims be baking. And when they be baking, their little baking skill goes up and it's cool or whatever, but I can say I honestly don't really use it like that. New objects, new lot assignment, new radio station, new careers, and new collectibles. When the Get to Work pack came out, they said, okay. We gonna give y'all what y'all are asking for. At least in their opinion. Let's take away some key points for a second. Before the Sims 4 Get to Work, on the Sims 4 series, you were not able to travel to work with your sim. You would just sit at home with the Dusties. That's no fun. Point number 2, it added in 3 new careers: detective, doctor, scientist. Period. Point number 3, it added back in aliens. Aliens, guys! I know they can be a little annoying getting abducted, but that is Sims. Mwah. Yeah. If that's not in the game, I ain't playing for real. 10 years ago, when the Sims 4 Get to Work expansion pack came out, it was priced at $39.99. That price has stayed consistent. Thank you, Sims. They could have increased the price. Let's be real, guys. So aside from the new world that they added in, let's go ahead and take a look at the careers. As you can see here, I have quite a bit of packs, so there's more than typical careers popping up, and some of my mods created careers too. Ignore it. Let's talk about it. So you can be a detective. Now, I've never made a sim become a detective and I actually like follow them to work. I have made like my sims husbands become detectives when they go to work. And let me tell you, when you don't go to work with your sim, when it has that feature, they just don't climb the ladder as fast. So it's like you should just go with them, or you should make only one sim in that household a follow to work sim, not all of them. Because they don't climb it that fast, because they give you tasks like in their panel that you have to do sometimes when you're at work. So it's a little bit of downside, but the plus side is being able to go to work with them and interacting with them. Right? So let's talk about being a detective. Being a detective, you climb the ladder, of course, from starting off from 1 to 10. They start you off as a cadet. That sounds absolutely awful. But my sim, when they did do the detective career, he was stressed out all the time. So that's something to know. I think it causes high stress, which makes sense for what they're doing. The doctor career is one of my favorite Sims 4 careers. I've made a couple Sims become doctors. That one's actually pretty fun, but it's kind of buggy. It's kind of buggy, guys. So tread lightly and just know that it's kind of buggy. Like sometimes when you go to the hospital with your sim, sometimes the interactions just don't work. It doesn't matter if you have mods or not. Sometimes they just don't work. Nexus! And that's fine, I guess. But it's still a really fun career. Would I say it's realistic to being a real life doctor? No, y'all gotta let this realism thing go. Whew, prepare for a side rant. Y'all gotta let this realism thing go. Y'all gotta remember that whereas Sims is labeled a simulation game, they were one of the first to do their take on a simulation simulating the real world. So it's their take on it. It'll never be 100% realistic. Never. The Sims wasn't, The Sims 2 wasn't, and The Sims 3 wasn't. Did it have more realistic aspects in The Sims 4? Yes. If you want a realistic Sims game, there's a whole bunch. But The Sim franchise, not sponsored by the way, unless they want to. I don't have any affiliation with them unless they want to. It is their take on a simulation game. Point blank, period. Back to what I was saying. Would I say it's super realistic compared to like real doctors? No. Maybe the hours you work, but as far as what you see and what you do, I mean, you don't see my guy sitting in a pod right here. You don't see him? I see him. What is that? His heart is pulled out. Point. Any case. That's a fun one. I greatly enjoy it. When your sim, just like the detective career, when they reach the highest, they make like buku money. Yeah. The scientist career. I can honestly say I've had more scientists than I can ask for. Yeah. I've made multiple sim scientists. They were typically for challenges, not because I just wanted to, not because I just wanted my sim to be a scientist, but typically for challenges like the Not So Berry challenge for first generation. The main matriarch has to reach level 10, the scientist career, which my original matriarch did, and then that save got corrupted. Any case, reaching level 10 in this career specifically when you follow your sim to work, I want to say is so-so. Is it hard? Depends on what you define as hard. I would say it's kind of easy. To me, the doctor career takes longer than the scientist career and the detective career, but that's just my opinion. Also, they start you out as a junior tinkerer. Now, here's the thing about the scientist career. I feel like the scientist career pays serious homage to the quirkiness of The Sims. The Sims has always been diabolically off with things because it is their own reality, y'all. So the scientist career really pays homage to that feeling of The Sims. I mean, they're gods or gnomes. So, period. But not period. I only believe in one. Let's go. If you were to select any of these jobs for your sim to start doing, they would start doing it typically, I think, the following day, unless you start on like a Friday or something, but they start like the following day-ish. And then you would have the option nowadays in the packs to either follow them or don't. It will say, join or send alone. A little pop-up window will go. Do not press in alone, go with them. Another thing, when you can follow your sim to work, you can follow them to work at secret lots. Secret lots. So lots that you don't have access to unless you're going to that place for something. Like they're not just in the world, they're not just on the map. That's a little bit frustrating, which I get. It makes it less realistic. Again, my rant. It makes it less realistic. But in a way, it's almost like those lots get loaded in when we first load up the game. So they maybe don't take as long to access, or they're already there. Like, I don't mind it too much, honestly, them being in secret lots. There's no reason for my sim to have to pop up at the hospital. They can go and visit if they want, if they have like an issue or something. There's no reason for my sim to have to pop up the police station. They can go and visit if they want or need, I suppose. And there's no need for my sim to have to pop up at a science lab. So again, here is the world that you initially start out with if you download the Sims 4 Get to Work pack. This is a new world that comes with it. That's why I say it's very lackluster. I think also something to acknowledge is that it was 10 years ago, and The Sims 4 10 years ago was very different than how it is right now. I mean, you couldn't even have babies or toddlers or something like that. It was a dark time, a dark, depressing time. We don't talk about it too much. We may not always like dealing with the infants and the toddlers, but like, that's our babies for real. This is what this world looks like. It has literally 4 lots on it. 4 lots that you can access. 1 that's empty, that's where my sim is currently at, and then 3 are like retail places that your sim can purchase to then have their own retail store, or you can build one, or you can download from the gallery depending upon what you wanted to do. I feel like when the Sims 4 Get to Work pack came out, they were like, let's just go secret lot crazy. So I kind of feel like in a way they combined all of this together, right? Because this was the second pack. So if you downloaded this pack, you only had this world and like 2 others technically, or 3 others technically, and that was not a lot. So at that time, it was very frustrating to see that they came out with another pack that you spent $40 on, and it only came with a world that only had 4 lots on it that you could play on. Now with the career though, they added in an additional 3 lots, but you can't see those unless you work in those careers. And then also they add in Sixum, I guess that's how you say it, I don't know. It's like the alien world on The Sims 4 where you can travel to the planet and see a whole bunch of aliens. It's pretty cool. Sorry y'all, my sim's kind of a global superstar and Marcus is just flabbergasted. Any case, say you wanted to start your own retail business on The Sims 4, this is how you do it. At the bottom of your Sim screen, you have like what I like to call your control panel of things that you can pick different options from. Their needs, their wants, desires, inventory, career, skills, all that stuff is in that little bottom category to the bottom right. I am only speaking on PC. I don't know if it's different on console, so don't ask me. At the very end will be own businesses. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think it always had its own tab, but I could be wrong. I only did the own your own business thing one time and I moved on because you couldn't combine a retail place with the place that they live. Enter into the room, hobbies and skills. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. With this tab, you can create a few different retail options. Mind you, if you only had the Get to Work pack installed, you would only see the word retail on this option. Not residential, not vet clinic, and not restaurant. These came from other packs. It didn't come with this pack. So if you wanted to buy a retail place, you would press retail. Also, if you owned any, it would show the ones that you own. I mean, honestly, I should try a Rags to Riches challenge where they try to own their own business. The only problem is getting the money to do that. So as you can see, it says I do not own any retails right now. True story. So you would click on buy retail. So because I have the other packs currently activated, it's letting me pick any of the packs to go to, any of the worlds to go to. If I wanted to buy like a retail place, but we'll stay in Magnolia for now. So I can select one of these lots or I could build one. Y'all, we ain't building one. Y'all, we ain't building one right now. You feel me? Yeah, I'm gonna select this one. I turned on free real estate. She doesn't have the money, but now she does. Period. You can select it to be furnished or unfurnished. Obviously, if you build one, select furnished, because if you built it and you put everything in it, if you like, you get what I'm saying. In any case. So if you purchase a retail lot, it'll take your sim immediately to that lot, like right after purchasing it. I purchased the most expensive one, which when I have made my sims buy retail lots, that's what I did. I never built a retail lot for my sims. I just didn't see a point to. I used to just give makeovers to the ones that already existed. Reconstructive surgery, if you will. So this is what this one looks like. This one I'm pretty sure is meant to sell clothes, which was kind of the thing if you had a retail store. It sold clothes, collectibles, furniture, stuff like that. I don't think when Get to Work first came out, people were selling like baked goods or anything like that. They made baking such like a side career, but it more so focused on clothing. I mean, retail. But it came with 2 bathrooms. It came with like a secret room where you could sell like your secret expensive stuff. Obviously, like the showroom floor. It's hideous, guys. Everything in this is hideous, but it was primarily built with base game and Get to Work items. So it's, you know, it's just god awful. So one side is clothing, the other side is furniture. And then basically you would like, say you wanted to like set up clothes, you would click on the mannequin. You could either choose to dress the mannequin, create an outfit, change pose, purchase outfit, I don't know why you would, or you could try it on. Which is a feature for the Sims coming to like buy the things. They had that option to like try it on basically if they like it or not. And then obviously like there were kid mannequins as well. But in order for something to be purchased, you had to set it for sale. Now this was something I really liked about the Sims 4 Get to Work, is that you know, it came with mannequins, you could dress them. So they didn't have to have on these like ugly clothes they have on right now. They could put on even like the CC clothes that you have. It's pretty cool. I mean, I like it personally. And they won't, now again, anything that's not already on the mannequin, they can't purchase unless you press set for sale. So that was kind of annoying, right? Like that was something I didn't like that much, is I had to select each and every item to select it for sale, except the mannequins. But I like what they're doing because, you know, back in the day, according to my mother, if there was something in the window you wanted to purchase, you could go, give me the one in the window. Instead of them going to the back, they'd go to the window and give you the one in the window. And I feel like that's what this is paying homage to, even though this is a ugly window viewing. I mean, it's like, hello, who's in there? You could set for sale, and if a sim purchases it, they purchase it. Same thing with this, set for sale, like so on and so forth. Buy everything. You can even have one of these statues if you want. I'm cool. This little TV stand, I love it. Do everything. This little piece of artwork, period. This whole little like thing with the bang, yeah. So you can also transfer business funds from your sim account to your business account. Sometimes you would have to do that depending upon what's going on with your store. You can view your finances. You can manage your employees. We don't have any employees, but we could. They all want 31 an hour. Mary Greenberg with purple hair wants $40 an hour and is high in maintenance. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, boo. I'm gonna need you to show me a little bit more than that. This is a retail store. So I could select a sim below to hire them if I wanted to. So let's hire her. I'm hiring her because she's pretty. She's not the most qualified for the job, and that's okay. Now she works for us, guys. And when you hire a sim, they automatically show up when the store opens, basically. And you can alter the sim's employees' work outfits as well. So you would just press open. And then you are open for business. And hopefully some customers show up. I just realized we live right next door. Our empty lot is right there. Oh, here comes our employee. Period, with the sassy walk. You better. Yes, boo. Look at you, so professional. She said, I'll give you a little side ponytail. I mean, that's Nalani, so she always does, but a little side ponytail. With the employees, you can click on assign work tasks when you click on that sim employee. Like, you can tell them to clean the store, restock sold items, ring up customers, answer customers' questions. And she already got the register, so thank you, boo-boo. Oh, is that paparazzi? Oh, Jesus. Y'all call me at a crazy time. Oh, look, we got customers. Who is this? What does he have on? They're just so happy it's me. They're just so happy that I'm here. I am so distracting. Maybe don't have a celebrity sim do this. You can also manage your sim's employee, manage Nalani. You can praise, fire, demote to assistant sales associate, criticize, check up, allow the clock out early. You can promote, or you can design her uniform, or you can design a uniform in general for your sim. They sure are taking a long time to like make a purchase. I like how she's practicing her dancing in the mirror. She's me. She said, mirror, where? Check me out. I'm a professional dancer, guys. I forget to mention that sometimes. Like, for real, for real. So when a customer finally makes a decision on what they want to buy, you can ring them up, which our handy dandy employee is doing for us. Girl, you deserve a raise. One day, did one thing. I'm like, raise. That's it. Sell her on that extra coat, too. Tell her she needs it. That's it. Make that money. Thank you. $218. Sheesh. That's it. Look at her. She said, I'm going to wear my athletic gear out the door. No need for a bag. I don't need it. Thank you and goodbye. Thank you and goodbye. Period, boo. Period. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your workout gear. It's a little cloudy and cold, but I like that for you. Make sure you jog home. Little wiggle, wiggle. That's it. But yeah, that's basically how this pack works. It had a lot of negatives that a lot of people were not crazy about, that a lot of people didn't like about this game. But I feel like that's why, in a way, I feel like they fixed all that with the businesses and hobbies pack coming out, because there's so much more you can do with that pack that you should have been able to do with Get to Work. Yes, I agree. You should have been able to turn your space into a retail space, and you should have been able to, there's a lot of stuff you should have been able to do with the Get to Work pack. But let's not focus on the past, let's focus on the future. So would I recommend this pack, and would I put it in my top 3? I don't know. I think for what it offered in 2015, maybe, just because you didn't have much in 2015 when this came out for the Sims 4. But not my top 3. Would I put it in my top 5? Possibly, because I like all the careers and all the skills and everything that they added. I'm not a Sims hater. What pisses me off the most about Maxis is the glitches in the game. Not so much the packs that come out, not so much how I wish it could be Sims 3. I don't, actually. And I loved playing The Sims 3. I had every single expansion pack for The Sims 3. All of them. All of them. Expansion, stuff, game. I had all of them, y'all. That was my game right there. And even I'm saying, I'm glad this is not The Sims 3. I like it being The Sims 4. So yeah, I'm going to end this video right here. Please stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a pack review either once or twice a week, so we can get into all the Sims 4 expansion packs and really break them down so that you can decide what packs you want to buy or download if you don't already have them all, or to refresh your memory as to why we love them in the first place. If y'all like my content, please go ahead and press that like button, leave a comment down below, tell me your thoughts, tell me what you think about the Get to Work pack. If you have it, want to get it, or don't want it, go ahead and press the subscribe button so that we can become besties. Thank y'all so much for chilling with me, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.